तर इनपुट्स, प्रोसेसेस अँड प्रॉडक्ट्स याच्यामध्ये आपल्याला सक्सेसेस दाखवायचे आहेत आणि त्याकरता आपल्याला स्ट्रॅटेजिक प्लॅनिंग करायचं आहे. स्टेक होल्डर हा शब्द आपण नेहमी आपल्या बोलण्यामध्ये येतो. भागधारक ज्याला आपण मराठीमध्ये म्हणतो. म्हणजे काय, तर स्टेक होल्डर इज एनीवन whose life is affected because of you. So therefore, you should be able to have a concerted view about who are the stakeholders of your polytechnic or of your engineering college. Our stakeholders are something like this. Starting from employers, community at large, who are waiting for output to enter into their life. Why? Because that output will be beneficial in adding to their income, per capita income, by giving some service, contributing to the economy. And that is how the other students and their families, teachers and support staff, all these people in a superstructure, in a ecology of a teaching learning organization become the stakeholder of your organization. So therefore, organization has two views. One is internal environment and second is external environment. We should be aware not only about the stakeholders' needs, because we have began today's session by understanding that what is quality. Quality is defined as a service. So teaching learning is a service which satisfies the needs of the stakeholder. In this case, the important stakeholder is student and later parent and lately the industry. But at the same time, we should also be aware about what changes are happening in the external environment. What are those changes? Post 1990, you will find liberalization, privatization, globalization of economy. Then say post again 2000, you will find there is a proliferation of information and communication technology. Last week I was addressing a group of police officers and they said that they are going for CCTNS, that is a software module that they have developed at a national level and that will be implemented in Maharashtra throughout. And they have told me that only 9 police stations, last month it were 45 police stations and today it is around 9 police stations where there is a challenge of connectivity. So you can now understand this is a state having more than 60,000 villages, more than 11.5 crore of population, and depending upon the number of police stations that they have, only 9 police stations are facing problem of getting internet gateway connectivity for so that the software becomes seamless in its operation. These are the changes which are happening. 10 years before, CCTNS wouldn't have been a reality. 20 years before, no one could have thought that there can be a networking of police stations. So therefore, this, if you look at the way we are doing admissions of polytechnic, admissions of engineering colleges, there is a difference. When I was admitted, I went 3 times to Nagpur, maybe couple of similar times to Aurangabad to confirm my admission in Government College of Engineering Aurangabad and later to REC Surathkal at Nagpur. On all these occasions, my father took leave and we both were travelling from Beat to Aurangabad and Beat to Nagpur. You can imagine what was the cost. But now, if you see the changes which has taken place from 2003 onwards, we have started including using the information technology, and so far because of awareness of our customers, because they all are 12th standard pass students who are aware of technology, we are able to, this year I have seen there are some options like freezing option, floating option. Can you imagine these options being given when you are applying for a driving license or passport? People will not understand this concept, but this has taken place in the case of technical education. That is because the needs of the stakeholder, their awareness about the technology and the available technology and its percolation in the community both have joined hands to give a service so that a customer is satisfied, a stakeholder is satisfied. Not only he is satisfied, sometimes his expectations are met. A customer gets satisfied when he gets admission to the engineering college, when he goes there. But if you could confirm the admission from your mobile phone, from your computer which is connected to net, he will be not only satisfied, but he will be ecstatic or he will be delighted. So, other changes in the external environment are quality, focus, less funding, increasing importance attached to environment, women and poor sections. So, therefore, strategic planning is a process to proactively anticipate change. Basically, it is a bottom up model. I want to focus upon this bottom up model because top down model is what we have seen in all our career. DT, Department of Higher and Technical Education, these were supposed to plan for us in last 20 years. That is because they were powerful people, and we thought that power is an ability to cause change, but importance is essential for daily functioning. So, we as a faculty, we as a staff in the polytechnic and engineering colleges are essential for daily functioning. So, can we relegate the power to the people who are important than the people who are powerful? So, the internal focus for the organization starts with DT and it goes till support staff. Power is decreasing, but importance is increasing. So, let us give the strategic planning process to the people who are important. So, therefore, external focus is students, industry and other community. Basically, strategic planning is a process of aligning people in the organization. Mostly our engineering colleges or institutes are misaligned, something like a cloud. But if you look at the environment, it has taken a direction. So, cloud will go to the direction in which the external environment has taken. If it is liberalization, use of ICT, all those things are happening. So, your cloud is getting dragged away in that direction. But a good organization is, it has taken a direction in the direction of the environment. But what is happening internally? Leader has taken a direction. Internally, faculty members and staff, they are still directionless. So, the main challenge is, and that is with the leader and heads of the department, how to align the people in the organization in the direction of the institute, which is aligned to the direction of the environment. So, I will conclude by stating the different steps in strategic planning, that is clarify the mandate and mission, SWOT analysis, thrust areas and lastly the vision. So, in that important part which I would like to focus upon in next 5 minutes is clarify organizational mandate. Mandate means what the organization must do, what you are legally bound to do. If you see here, mandate is bound by 3 walls, it is closed by 3 walls, maybe AICTE Act, UGC Act, University rules and statutes or DT admission rules, all these are binding us to give the programs which are mandated. We cannot say our program is BCom, we have to say our program is BE, that is because it is written in our mandate. So, but still there is a scope for the mission, and this is very important to understand the concept of quality. Mission reflects quality, because what is mission? Mission statement highlights what the organization wishes to become within and beyond the mandate. So, source for mandate and source for mission, internal and external. Basically, this slide is more important because it talks about purpose. If mandate speaks about legal elements, what we are legally bound to do, missions speaks about what we wish to become. If you look at our first slide of strategic planning, we said that strategic planning is for the institute where it wishes to go. So, here also mission element captures where we wish to go, but how to do that? As a faculty member, I know what it means, but how to do it scientifically? I should focus upon these 4 parts. Number 1, diversity of stakeholders and their needs. For example, for the next 2 years, which 3 stakeholders I will identify and what of their needs I will satisfy, that will come in my goals, and you will be surprised to find here the same words which we are repeating for last 3-4 sessions, how to develop values. When you come up with the core values, dominant values which you in collaboration with your governors have decided that these core values we need to drive in next 2 years, that becomes your mission activity. So, we have already seen what these values are. SWOT analysis, most of us are aware of what it is. Strength and weakness by doing the internal scan, and opportunities and threat by doing the external scan. The external scan is especially for social, technological, economic, environmental and political scan for the outside environment of the institute. So, when we do the SWOT analysis, we are actually identifying the needs of the stakeholders, or we are identifying the competitors and collaborators, their needs, what they are doing. How do we gather the information for SWOT? There are 4 techniques: questionnaires, interview schedules, observation schedules, focus group meeting. So, I am just talking about how to capture the needs of the stakeholder in a scientific manner. That exercise we want to understand it as a strategic planning, and that is important for the faculty because it brings focus on a basic concept of quality, where quality means satisfying the needs of the stakeholder. Why it is strategic? When it is bottom up, what makes the planning process strategic? Those actions that enable you to continually adapt, innovate and resolve issues and overcome barriers. So, you are joining external environment and institution, internal environment to take strategic decisions. That is what will give the thrust areas and the projects. Of course, what is important is you should spend, I will highly recommend, you should spend first 2 years in developing a set of dominant core values which are required for your organization. So, therefore, just to conclude, I will say that after doing this activity for around 2 to 1 or 2 times, that means first cycle 2 years and second cycle another 2 years, you becomes competent as a group of faculty for another important activity which we call it as a vision. My earlier faculty has also told you that if you want to be in a role of leader, you should have a vision. But then what is vision? I will say vision is nothing but your own contemplation, thinking about the desired future state of your organization in a long term perspective. You will ask me how much long? I will say that if you could set the tone for entire process, first year or second year combinedly, if you could work together to improve your classroom environment, department environment by focusing upon development of dominant values. One of the research paper I am going to share with you. If you are interested in doing that, you can plan based on your understanding, nothing wrong if you could have a different way of perception of that activity, but then that will make you eligible for going towards strategic planning. Strategic planning, going to the stakeholder, and by the way, everyone is making the process of accreditation compulsory, and accreditation assumes that you are going to the stakeholder, capturing the needs of the stakeholder, finding out the mission statement based upon the strength weakness analysis, and then mission captures the needs of the stakeholder, that you are linking to the program educational objectives.